Hello ladies and gents, welcome back to another Real Talk. Today on the show we're going to be talking about the upcoming Paladins World high-res money prize tournaments up until the 150k or 100k, whichever it may be, tournaments. Also we've got to talk about the Paladins Reddit tournament finals, Torpedo versus Warpath. Oh my god, what a game. Also, we're going to talk about this new chair. It's a nice new chair, right? And much more to come as well. It's going to be fairly lengthy this episode, so sit back, grab a cup of coffee and enjoy. Hello ladies and gents, I am GGJ, this is Real Talk. You are absolutely freaking awesome, and welcome to this week's show. Right, up first, Paladins World and Hirez getting together, rather Hirez are getting together with Paladins World, putting up an NA and EU weekly tournament for $500 per week per region. Now what this means is, I do believe, not what it means, I might have got it wrong, but there isn't actually much information that I can feed off of. Right, so it would appear that it's an open bracket tournament, soft seeding, of course, because it's week one. We're not going to go off of what the Paladins World already was, like so far. Everybody got their seeds, you know, where they were and whatnot in the tournaments and stuff, and that doesn't seem to be the case. It means you could have two top teams like NN versus Torpedo and NA, or Warpath and Back to Basics fight off against each other in round one. Who knows? Now, hopefully that's not the case, and you know the brackets will have some sort of organisation to them. But that is this coming Saturday and Sunday. Saturday, believe it or not, it's kind of backwards because everybody's so used to EU being played on Sunday and NA on the Saturday. But it appears that Saturday is going to be EU. Sunday being NA. Times you can check out paladinsworld.com for all the times and information. I'm looking forward to it. I cannot wait. If I can get permission, what I want to do is the EU side of casting, and I'm going to try and snipe people who's streaming it and stuff like that, and cast them like they did like that. Really looking forward to that. Back to Basic, Warpath, some NK as well on the NA side. These guys are looking incredibly strong. I'm really looking forward to seeing what the NA scene produces. Warpath, oh my god. But we'll get onto the NA scene momentarily when we get onto the section about Torpedo versus Warpath. Really looking forward to talking about that. Oh my god, I can't wait. But yeah, 500. It was $1,000 per week, and that's going to be split between both regions, so 500 each. Now, I think it's only first and second that get a piece of the pie, not split between first, second, third, which kind of sucks. But, hey, we're finally moving forward. We're getting money prize tournaments. We can't complain, right? Hirez done a great job at, getting this organised and stuff like that. And you know what? Well done to Hirez. Second off, I have an apology to make. And I'm going to do this in a video because otherwise, that way, I've got a passion for esports, and I tend to let my mouth run wild when I'm passionate about something, and Paladins I am very passionate about. And a lot of people who know me know that I let my passion get in the way of my brain. And Hirez Chaostic, just want to apologise for being an idiot. He misconstrued, or I misrepresented myself in a way that shouldn't have done, and you know what, I'm going to apologise for that, because I have this, I just want to see things move forward, and I want it more than I want it, it's really hard to put into words for me, but sometimes I just blurt something out, right, and people misconstrued what I meant, and a misunderstanding, basically. It's what we're all fine, everybody's fine and whatnot, but I felt that I should say that because a lot of people come to me for questions and answers and stuff like that, and it doesn't look good when I'm being an idiot, basically. So, to everybody that I may have offended, I do apologise. It won't happen again. Love you loads. Anyway, moving on. My top picks. I was asked this, actually. I was asked this on the Discord channel. My top picks for EU. Oh my god, that's so hard for me right now. Torpedo has to be one of them. It's really hard. Can I not do my top 5 picks for EU? Because that'd be easier. But my top 3 picks for EU to make the quarter semis. I think Torpedo are going to make finals. Coming off their backbone win on the Paladins Reddit tournament victory. I'm going to have to go see Torpedo in the final. A team that has become extremely strong, NN. They took some games off at Torpedo in scrims. I haven't been following the scrim scene at the minute. I've had other parts of the organisation to run at the minute, so I've sort of stepped back from Paladins part for a second, but not for long. I will be back. I'm gonna have to go with, honestly, Easy Gaming. Easy Gaming, because is just easy. I think I'm not actually sure it was Easy Gaming. I always get moaned at if I get it wrong, so I'm just gonna say easy. Because there are nemesis. Their Fate Esports is nemesis. They've knocked us out in the quarterfinals of tournaments. Two times. We got knocked out. The first one we got knocked out at the round of 16. Then we got all the way to the quarterfinals the following weeks, and Easy Gaming we've come up against, and they've just flat out killed us. We beat them in scrims, but when it comes to tournament play, they've just had that edge on us, and sadly they beat us. But however, in the tournaments it's gone 2-1 or vice versa, and well, not vice versa actually, we haven't beat them, so not vice versa, just 2-1 to them. We have taken games off them. So, and the funny thing is, we don't actually scrim that much, us versus Easy, and maybe we should probably do that. I don't know, who knows, just a thought, right? But yeah, I'm gonna have to go Easy. I've got to give these boys some respect. They've really put the effort in, and they've made a name for themselves, and they're doing really well. And then, as I was saying, I'm gonna have to go with NN because I feel their roster on paper looks fantastic. I mean, who is it? You've got Drio, UK. He was an amazing Cassie player. Well, he is a bit. She's like fell off. Undead Pilot. Now, like everyone knows, I know Undead Pilot. He's a great bloke, and he formed his own team after leaving 404. He's picked up Simsolo about frickin' time. Like, seriously. He picked up Frosty from Fate. Frosty was one of our subs, and I said, look, to Frosty, if you can find a team, go for it. And Undead Pilot picked up Frosty. And then Bugsy, the well-known streamer, been without a team because after the fall of 404, he didn't really want to play with any of the 404 lot again. But then I think Undead spoke to him, and they sort of sorted things out, or whatever happened there. He's been picked up by NN, and then they've got in the sub is I've got it on paper, Cage Mitsu. Please tell me I said that name right. So yeah, and they've got two coaches, which is Vatek Fan and Ko Joked, and then you've got Shimakaze, also former coach of Fate Esports. So two of the boys from Fate over on NN now. So yeah, I'm going to put NN up there, my top three: Torpedo, Easy, and NN. Not Fate. You're wondering, hang on a minute, Jay, why are you not picking your own team? We've had some troubles as of late. With everything keep switching and turning and everything. Like, we're a bunch of old farts. I'm not gonna lie. We're all early 30s, late 20s, whereas you got like NN. These guys are all in their teens and early 20s, and I don't know. Maybe we just pick it up too late. I don't know, but we've got Menschmeyer and we've got Umby. Unbelievable. These guys are the youngsters of the team, and you just see them pick up things so fast, and you think, and there's me who goes, I'm still stuck on task 1. What was it again? And they're at like task 20, and you're like, yeah. But there you go. But Fate, we're an unpredictable team apparently. That came from Shimakaze actually. I was speaking to him yesterday. So Fate have been, we're still a top tier team. We're doing really well. We're practicing. We're scrimming. But at the minute, we don't have that synergy. We're still a fresh roster. Well, I wouldn't say we're a fresh roster. It's just that people, because of we're working, we've still got to pay mortgages and stuff. Whereas these youngsters still living with their parents and stuff. And it's like, okay, sorry, but real world has to come first. And we've got to pay our bills. Yeah, well, I'd be surprised if we could. Well, no, I wouldn't be surprised because that's where we should be. I wanna try and make quarterfinals. The boys are quite happy for that, you know. I mean, the boys are still got it. That passion's still there. We're still raring to go and screaming and stuff. But it's just because we don't have the time to come back and scream, and if it is really hard for us. But nonetheless, I don't want to make excuses, and then all of a sudden we make the finals or something, and I'll be sitting here going, well, that didn't work out quite as well as I planned. But you know, hey, we're in the finals, right? But hey, if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, oh well, we're still going to be here. We're still going to be around. We're going to still participate because that is our way. That is what esports is all about: participating, enjoying the competitiveness, and of course, bringing the fight. It's all about the game. NA. My top 3 picks for NA. Warpath. Can I say Warpath? 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 Or not? No? Okay. Warpath. Back to basics. Is NK, I think NK's an NA team. I'm not 100% sure. But I saw these popping up over the Discord. And I saw some guys scrimming NK on... I think it was scrimming. I might not be sure. Well, it was on an NA stream about Paladins. So I'm looking forward to see how that team does. But my top 2, because I can't really pick a third team in a minute, has to be Warpath. For obvious reasons. The boys are on form. I mean, taking a game off of, as I'm getting tweeted from Torpedo right now on Twitter. Thanks, guys. That's Torpedo ads, actually. Liking one of my comments or something, I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, it's got to be Warpath for number 1. Back to basics. Back to basics have been around for a long time now, and you know they're a sync team. They're big. I think they've got like loads of people, and they can switch or swap people about. But yeah, I'm gonna go for those 2 in the final for the NA region. I think it'll be an amazing match. In fact, if I have my way, I'll cast it because I'll stay up and do it on a Sunday. But who knows? We shall see. EU, it's got to be Torpedo, but I can't predict who's going to be the second person in the finals because that could be... You've got Torpedo, who undoubtedly now are the best team in the world. They beat the best of the best. They beat all of NA, they beat all of the EU. I mean, what's left for them to conquer other than the launch tournament and in Worlds? I mean, you can't deny the fact that they have a team that's so synced and that clicks. And that is, you know, once a team does that, there's a result. We'll look at Torpedo, and there you have it. Not infallible though. They have dropped games. They've dropped one game in the Paladins Reddit tournament, but you know, they are the best team in the world. There is hands down. There is nothing you can dispute about it. Really. I mean, if you want to dispute that, let's just go by their... You don't even need to go by tournament record. Look at their scrim record. They've lost, what, 5 games out of, like, 500 or whatever it is, it's stupid amounts they've scrimmed. Like, literally. In fact, I think they've only, in total, it's under 10. They've not lost under 10 games. Now, for any competitive team to say, well, we've only lost, I don't know, like 5, 6 games, ever, just let that sink in for a moment. Do you feel that? Does it hit your home yet? Yeah. 6, maybe 10 games tops. Nothing more. You know, that makes them pretty... Yeah, that makes them pretty damn good. So, yeah, $500. I've got a bone to pick with you, Hirez, actually. I'm much lower. You know, I'm not picking a fight. No, I am going to pick a fight. $500, $500. Should it not be 500 euros for the EU one? $500 for NA? Huh? Because otherwise we get less because pound and the, you know, we'll see. But anyway, just a thought. I might be wrong there, but I'm just saying, in my brain, you know, the old Tigger, old being the operative word, it doesn't sit right. Hang on, $500 and $500. Hang on, then when we convert it, we're getting less. But whatever, we'll see. Well, no, I guess not, but I don't know. Whatever, I'm not getting into all the mathematics, because I sod maths. Right, what else have we got to talk about today? Right, that's moved on to the Hirez tournaments in the Paladins World. You can check out all the stuff for the Paladins World Hirez tournament, which, by the way, there is a massive set of rules. Please check them for all participating teams. There is a lot of ground rules. I've read all of them. There's a lot you guys need to get sunk into your brains before you even consider signing up to this. Alright? Make sure you read them. There will be a link to the rules in the description of this video below. Any questions, please leave a video or description. No, leave a comment below and I'll do my very best to answer them. Or of course you can contact me on Discord and any sort of way I will answer them as best I can. Right, the bit I've wanted to talk about forever. I watched the Paladins Reddit tournament like 60 plus people did yesterday. First off, foremost, my friend Tatal, he solo casted. I was going to cast with him, but I was thrown in the last minute. I said no, let's not have 3 casters. The other casters couldn't make it, so Tat ended up doing it on his own. And you know what? Solo casting, because he's pretty rusty at it, whereas I'm fresh. He hadn't casted in a while. The bloke, hats off to you. I'd take my hat off if I had one on. Did a great job. Alright, phenomenal job. Great at picking out points or where they engage and stuff like that. Amazing job. Shout out to you, my friend. You did it amazing. I'm very, all the boys over at Torpedo should be proud of you because you did such an amazing. You really, truly did. I am. I'm proud to have sat there and watched it. You know what? Yeah, hands off. I just shook his hand if I could, but really happy at that. I really am. He did. I couldn't have done it any better myself, and I am a caster. He did amazing. I sat there and enjoyed it. There wasn't a dull moment. There was no dead air. There was nothing for him to feel. He spoke when necessary. Got everything correct. Me, I make mistakes, but whatever. He got everything perfect, and I really enjoyed it. So shout out to you, Tout. Well played, my friend. Oh. Yeah, not coffee today, monster, because I'm working nights and yeah, very annoying. This is coming out, by the way. Real Talk's coming out today, Monday. The 8th, isn't it? Yep, 8th today. Because we're getting housework done. We're changing double glazing to new double glazing, getting new doors and stuff. Lots of house crap that she's spending my money on. But yeah. What else? I want to start. I'm trying to pick a really good part to start. So you know what? Let's just start from the beginning, and we'll go from there. So I was given a news thread from Arkham. So the Paladins tournament, Lucas Arkham, was an open entry tournament for Paladins that began with its organisation in the first few days of Paladins beta. Right. So I'm just reading this off here so you get a grasp of what it is. Many teams signed up, and thus the bracket was expanded for the original 8 to 16 teams. Unfortunately, our teams also disbanded in this time. As such, they had to be replaced after the start of the first round. No more teams could sign up. Blah 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 blah. Right, getting into the good part. Where is it? First and second rounds to the semi-finals. Right. The first round started with 4 out of 8 matches were played due to disbanding. Alas, we still had some exciting games in the ESC versus Torpedo. Torpedo picking up that 2-0. Right. Zenith Black versus Core Gaming. Core Gaming picking up that 2-0. Zenith White versus Team Default. Zenith White picked up that 2-0. Lots of 2-0s going on. And then it was Siegeworks versus Team Buckle Bust. Siegeworks picked up 2-0 victory. The second round saw the mighty Torpedo, yet undefeated in public tournament matches, beat Luke and Zarkin 2-0. Zenith White lost 0-2 to Siegeworks, and both Warpath and Core Gaming passed through due to disbanding of enemy teams. Semi-final saw no games played as both opponents of the time also disbanded. That's got to suck, hasn't it, when you put on a tournament and then your teams are getting all the way through to the semi-finals. Nope, can't have a semi-final because it disbanded. Okay. Very annoying. I would be extremely pissed if that happened to me. So usually when I put on a tournament with a money prize pool, I have teams sign a waiver, which means they have to keep a roster or at least have 2 subs ready to go, sort of thing, right? Otherwise you're putting on this and you're not getting anything out of it. I was asked my thoughts on how they performed and stuff like that, or how the tournament was run, and you know what? Props off to him, Mr. What was it? It was Blackade, I think. Yeah, Blackade from Discord. Also from Arkham. It was very well organised. I'm very liking it. I mean, with all the hassle that had happened with disbandment of teams and issues and stuff, he ran it really well. He did. I don't know the ins and outs of it. I wasn't involved. But overall, I think it went really well. Anyway, moving on. Final, right. Where do I start? Wow. Okay, so this was one of the most exciting games to date. The first match started off with Torpedo doing the usual, taking points and stuff like that anyway. But Torpedo ultimately lost the first game. And I'm sitting there and I'm going, wait a minute, Spunky picked up the quad, but yet you still lost. And I'm thinking, maybe, this is NA servers. And then I got told it was on the EU server. Torpedo lost on an EU server to an NA team. And by this time, I was blown up, mind blown. And people going, oh my god, Torpedo lost. And I'm like, hey, there I am in chat, and I was spamming. I'm like, if you think, like, all the NA nuts were going crazy, and I was like, you think that Torpedo are out of this by any means, please don't kid yourself. Like, I've watched the Torpedo games. I've been on the brutal, basic, bare end of their brutality in games. Trust me, this team, when pissed, will play and not hold any course. They will set a path of destruction on you, and you'll be sitting there with your towel tucked between your legs going, sorry. No, they were not out of this. Anyway, first game went on. Warpath put on an incredible performance. They really did. I want to talk a little bit about Warpath. Warpath, wow. Now, I haven't got a damn roster list, and it's bugging the shit out of me. Like, I'm begging NA guys to please give me something. Give the next person to tweet me on this show, I'm going to kill them. Stop it. No. I want to follow the NA scene, but I'm here just barely for the EU scene, and then all of a sudden NA's happening, and I'm like, I can't watch it, I can't see anything, I don't get told anything. Please give me something, okay? Back to basic, Warpath, anything. Just give me a rundown of the games, and I will go over it and I'll have a look. And I really do. I'd love to be able to stick my teeth into the NA scene, but first game was on the E-Serve, where Torpedo's lineup was, I've got it here, Ruckus, Pip, Evie, Grok, Barrack, losing to Warpath. Warpath had Ruckus, Pip, Evie, Grok, Barrack. Great game. It was back and forth, to and fro. Torpedo losing at a pivotal point where they could have took that siege point, but then sort of backed off, and then Warpath just did what their name says. Warpath took that path, rode it, and they took it to victory, and they managed to get the vault. Second game. This is where we saw an individual called Spunky. Now, Spunky used to be their Buck player, is now their Eevee player. Have I got that right? Buck? Yeah, Buck. Now he's their Eevee player. And to say, I'm a good Eevee. I am. I'm a very good Eevee. But this is me, right? And there's a ladder, right? And if you climb this ladder, right, I'm slowly going down the ladder, Yep, keep going. And if we can look up, and if you get a pair of binoculars and you look up, you're just because he's that far up, right? You may as well call him a god, because he's sitting up there in the heavens having a coffee with a god, because there is nobody, and I'm going to say this, and if you don't like it, tough shit, right? Spunky is the best Eevee player on the planet, alright? I'm sorry, after watching 2 games, after then losing that game, and then watching him come back and dismantling, it wasn't Warpath versus Torpedo, it was the Spunky show. I don't care how you put it, it's the bloody Spunky show. Spunky just came alive. Level 1 fight in what game? Was it game 2 or game 3? I'm arguing with myself. 1 second. Yeah, game 3. Oh, we'll get to game 2 in a second. But game 3, let's just fast forward a bit. Game 3, level 1 fight, first siege, Spunky, Hexakill, Immortal, 7 straight kills. First ever Hexa kill, first ever Penta kill live in tournament play and on stream. And Tat tried to do his best to hype up, but he didn't do it justice. He knows it. He tried it. We spoke about it. But you know what? Hats off to him. Did a great job. But I'm sitting in my chair here, and everybody knows what I'm like when I cast. I was screaming at me monitor. I was shaking and going, "Oh my god, this guy is a god!" Pulls it off. So let me just explain how he did this. Now, for those of you who didn't watch, you missed out on something spectacular. He jumps down. He's on catwalk. They're coming underneath. He'd already picked off their barrack. They had an EV and a ruckus come underneath. He drops down. Drops his... at the moment, I thought, oh my god, is he dropping his ult? I didn't see him drop his ult. No, he didn't. He saved his ult for the last 2 kills. Comes down, and of course, the only reason he got the immortality is because the barrack jumped out, tried to get there to see if he could delay while his team was still on death cooldown. And Spunky, my god, it was like... He didn't miss. In every single shot, he did not miss. I swear to, there was not a shot he fired in that Immortal, them 7 kills, that he missed. Not one. Not a single shot. Now, anybody who plays Paladins can tell you that you do miss shots. Okay? You do. But he was jumping around, blinking into a saw, coming back down, off a catwalk, hiding, coming back in, dropping ulti, back up to catwalk. The other guys, you know what? I love the boys at Torpedo. They're great. They are amazing. But, of course, we could only see from Spunky's point of view because he was the one streaming it. And you just think to yourself, how the hell did you pick up... Make no mistake, this wasn't a matchmaking. This wasn't like... This was tournament play. This was the finals of a tournament. The biggest tournament we've had to date. And against probably the second best team in the world at the minute. Maybe. You know? Or, well, you never know. I don't know. I mean, this really gave us a glimpse into what could happen at the launch tournament, you know? And Warpath put on a amazing show. They did. But let's not... Yeah, Torpedo are a dominant team. They are the best in the world. No hands down. But Warpath, let's give these guys some credit. They went up against them. They took a game off a Torpedo, right? The first game. Nobody in the world has done that. In the world. Any team. Fate haven't. Arkham haven't. Easy Gaming haven't. NN, 404. In fact, 404, before they disbanded, were the only people to come in even close in tournament play. Pugstars in tournament play didn't do it. If they even played them, I don't know. Then all of a sudden, second game. So I told you we'd get back to second game. Second game. We're sitting there and I'm thinking, right, okay. I'm sitting there praying to the freaking high-res gods, please, Torpedo, come on. And this was on an NA server. And I'm thinking, oh god, this is not good. And the way the format was, you had to win 2 games in a row to win a match. So I'm thinking, oh my god, I'm sitting here, my hands in my head, I'm going, please god, don't lose, come on. And because I'm seeing this, and we know that like EU to NA server ping is massive, and likewise. But then again, Warpath beat Torpedo on EU, and I'm thinking, okay, maybe the boys can do it. Good God, I'm hoping they can do it. And I'm sitting there and I'm praying and I'm thinking, good God, comes to the first point and right, there you go. Alleviation, relaxation. Spunky just comes alive. Fail. And the Princess. Now, Princess had such an amazing gaming that obviously all the Torpedo did well, but the Princess positioning around with Barrack, and I'm just thinking, my god, why can't I play like that, right? This guy came alive, boom, boom, inflamed going off, everything. And you saw positioning wise from Torpedo that we didn't see from Warpath, and like this is different playstyles than NA versus EU. And I'm thinking, okay, different. It worked in the first game. Torpedo maybe have been thrown off from it, but second game. So yeah, second game was on an NA server. The team comp was Ruckus, Pip, Eevee, Grok, Barrack, taking down Warpath, which was Rocket, Pip, Eevee, Grok, Barrack, both same comps. Now, second game was a vault-to-vault game, and this could have gone anyways, but just from the way you look at it, well, from what, like, the view we had from Spunky's point of view, it felt like Torpedo were very dominant. Now, bear in mind, this went to vault, so obviously it was a close game. And you think to yourself, because I think this is where, I may be wrong, I might have mixed game 1 up into game 2. I think it's game 2, where Warpath came back so strong. They got 1 siege and they took 2 gates. Okay, now 2 gates against a team like Torpedo. I've never seen it done. And Warpath took it and they were dominant. Made no mistakes. They were picking off everybody left, right, and centre. Spunky went down. Princess went down. Princess died after defense, after putting up ultimate. And then I say his Princess. You know, don't ask me why he's called himself that, but whatever. The Princess, I'm going to call him. That'll annoy him. Princess, he's now the Prince. I'm joking. I won't say that. It was a dominant performance by great defense as well. Torpedo. They were throwing themselves left, right, and centre, trying to get picks, but it didn't come. They managed to take 2 gates. In fact, they got damage off on the vault in the second game, and Torpedo defended, obviously, because obviously the siege engine takes damage after each gate. Now, bear it in mind, to take 2 gates, first gate takes half damage, second gate takes a lot of damage. You know, so you just think to yourself, okay, Warpath are a bloody good team. They're an incredible good team. And then, of course, so the second game, last siege, was rather interesting. It was was it Sunken City? Came up from the left. Yeah, Sunken City. Was it Sunken? It was, or was it Canyon? Sunken City, I'm going to go with. And Torpedo sort of held back. They stopped. Warpath got into defensive positionings, and the Grok and Evie wall hugged, and Spunky was looking up, getting pot shots. He jumped, sniped the barrack, soared up over, blink, throws, damage, kill the Grok, and I don't know what the Grok was doing up there though, and I was thinking to myself, what? And then anyway, it ended up Torpedo taking that game, and of course we moved on to the final round, showed Torpedo versus Warpath final. Last game. So, again, Ruckus, Pip, Evie, Grok, Barrack. Same comps all the way through. I think this was where Spunky just sort of, like I said, first point, immortal, 7 kills. Just, the man is savage. He's, you know what? I've got this image of Spunky at his computer going, blood pouring out of his nose and eyes like he's a beast, and he's trying to take it out. And I'm just thinking, oh my god, Spunky, like, I'm just sitting there just screaming. I'm typing and everybody's in the chat going, oh my god, Spunky. And he just pulled these moves out of his ass. I'm telling you, how he survived, I'll never know. And you know what? I bet you, Princess Val and that lot were just sitting there going, yeah, you go, Spunky, you have fun, you know. And I at the point, like, he picked up the quad, and I thought, oh, okay, well played. And I thought the barrack was just going to stay there, high ground. You've got your shield, you've got your turret. Nope. Up he goes, runs through it, kills the turret, kills him, and then goes down. And then he goes high ground defensive position in case any of them try it out for zoning out, of course, and picks up another one. And I'm thinking, how? You know, and I'm just, and at this point, and I'm sorry to say, and I don't want to really say this, but it felt like Spunky got to that position in the game where he toyed with Warpath. Now, to say that against a team of the caliber of Warpath is, no, how can you say that? I mean, I don't want to say it, but the way we all saw it and the way it was live, don't believe me, go check out the VODs. And I'm looking at this and I'm going, this is insane. This is absolutely insane. We really was the Spunky show. And to see the way he dealt, it felt like Warpath had lost their way, sort of lost their path. Pardon the pun. They kept throwing themselves at Torpedo, and like, you don't do that. Especially again, like, this is like the best team in the world. You do not give them an inch, right? You keep throwing yourself at that's more XP. But in fact, Torpedo only lost to one gate, right? And they just cruised. And it came down to the last gate and then on to the vault. And the Barrack came out and I got yelled at by Zerful. But from the way we saw it, he came out, rather than going directly to their vault to defend, he had his ultimate up. We know that because he died with it. He came up over the second gate, which was already down. The siege was already under. He should have just came out of the spawn straight into vault. And Recto, I think, was it Arcito or something? I don't know his name. Pardon me. Comes out, pops up a turret, ultimate, boom, dead. Spunky just evaporated. He didn't last a second. Literally, I couldn't even. He put his ult down. Spunky didn't care. Boom, dead. And Torpedo were pushing, and a lot of Torpedo. I thought they were actually still going to defend it because Princess went down, and then somehow I think Spunky managed to get himself up over because he dropped down. You see, after killing the Barrack, and then he saw was off cooldown, went upstairs because he was really low, using ice block at the the proper time and stuff earlier on so that he could use Saw, checking on cooldowns. Saw was up, he went back up. I don't think he almost better. He had to use Blink to get back to the position where he was at, and he was up at the top. That's right, yes, because they shot the gate from the second half behind it, and then he went up and then dropped down at the prime time and then back up to kill the vault because he was like one of the last alive, and he was shooting it from above and there was nobody to snipe him. There was nobody, and of course Warpath fell. I'm not blaming the Barrack player, and in case everybody was thinking that, I'm not, but it was a wrong move on the half of the Barrack player. But Warpath, incredible showing. And you know what, if they stick together and they keep their mindset of, right, we're the best in NA, let's go, and they keep pushing themselves and they push themselves to greater things, we'll see them at the launch tournament. We're going to see Torpedo, unless something drastic happens and and they, God forbid, they disband or whatever. Can't see that happening. They're too synced. They're all friends, I don't know. I would like to see Warpath. I think they deserve it. I think this coming weekend on the Sunday, Warpath should be in the final. If they can shake off the lost Torpedo and just go, right, we lost, okay, move on, let's take what we learned from NA, from the EU versus NA matchup on the Paladins Reddit tournament finals. Let's see what we can do in the actual NA tournaments. I think Warpath will undoubtedly be that strong. New teams forming. So anyway, that's done with that. New teams are forming left, right and centre. I like to see this. I would love to see this. I don't know any of the names of them, but I'm looking at these new players, and I'm on matchmaking. I was on matchmaking Sunday, and I'm looking at these guys, and they've got little funny syllables and all this stuff. Nothing, whatever. I don't think you could use them in your name, but anyway. And I got demolished. I was only solo queuing, whatever. No one else was on. I was solo queuing. It's like 2 stupid o'clock in the morning. And these guys were coming on, and I think, in fact, this whole team, it was a 5 pre-made, and they were rushing. I swear to God they were. And I've never seen a team decimate us. It was a 6-minute game. Take 2 vaults. We didn't get siege. We didn't get a point or anything. My God. Destruction. It was like insta-kills at the end of it. It was like, good grief. And I want them to form a team. Good grief, please form a team. Play in the the EU tournaments. Come on, please. I want to see fresh teams coming up. Now, there is a team. I've been asked not to say anything. There is a team forming that's come over from the Team Fortress 2. They were a professional team over there, and they won a lot of tournaments and a lot of prize money as well. So back in that was a while ago, but I was asked not. They contacted me, say Jay, got any spare keys? So I gave them the keys. They're currently grinding up to level 30 to get all the cards and all that stuff. But that's promising. It's like when people start seeing him on Discord, they'll be like, wait a minute, I know you. So yeah, it's definitely looking promising. Hello, ladies and gents. I am going to be putting an announcement should we say? I'm going to do a show match. It's going to be invitational only. 4 teams, best of 3, and then the finals are best of 5. It will be. I will send invitations out to EU teams only at the time being, because I'm going to have words with Sunken City boys to see if those guys can cast the NA side of things, and then I'll put a show match on for them, and these will be streamed, and yeah, I'm really looking forward to it. This will be during the week. It will be a Wednesday, I do believe, because nothing happening in Paladins during the week other than swims, so I'm going to put it on a Wednesday evening. I will cast it if we can, depending on who shows up for it and whatnot, if they can or whatnot. I'm going to put that together. Yeah, that's about it, guys. You know, I've gone over it. It's not as long as I thought it was going to be. I tell everybody, oh my god, it's going to be really long. But yeah, what a final. Probably the best final to date casted. And again, shout out to Tattao. Well played. Well casted. Really enjoyed it. And in a way, because I was upset, I was like down a bit, and it reinvigorated me. Got that surge that I thought I'd lost back for Paladins, and back with vengeance, baby. Love it. Anyway, guys, thank you ever so much for watching. I am GDJ. I love you guys. You are the freaking best, and I will see you next week. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't, sorry. Let me know what you would like to see in the real talks. Any questions or anything. Also, guys, before I go, I almost forgot. Where's it gone? I've got something here. Totally forgot what it is. This is totally live, of course, and I'm not going to edit it because I've totally lost it. It's here somewhere. Is that it? That's it. No, there we go. So if I can just show you this. There you go. It is a Bloody Tech TL8 mouse, all working. Lots of different codecs and stuff like that. Several mouse buttons and that. Leave a comment below for a chance to win this. Make sure you subscribe and share the video. There's 3 rules. Subscribe to my YouTube, share it, and of course leave a comment, because I will pick in the winner from the comment section below. So anyway, guys, thank you ever so much for watching. I'm GGJ, your host. Hope you've enjoyed. I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.